Hello, hello, and welcome to this first free training ever. And this is on how to revolutionize your life in under 39 minutes. And my name is Terry Messenger, and I'm a world-class master trainer in neuro-linguistic programming, kinesiology, and hypnotherapy. Now, I have a fast-tracked record for over 14 years, and I would like to welcome you and say to you that it is my intention for you to really be inspired and get something really epic out of this training. So, where does this all begin? Well, I began in 2006 where my life rapidly changed like that. And I noticed that this was done through timeline therapy. And okay. Hi there, and welcome to today's training. And you probably saw my lips moving there for a little while. And I just wanted to let you know that I am now live and I'm bringing to you a free training on how to revolutionize your life in under 39 minutes. Now, as a world-class master NLP trainer since 2006, I would like to let you know that one of my most biggest passions is to help people to move forward rapidly. And because I have had so much experience, I'm just getting some playback. Can you turn that down, please, Ian? I'm on a professional call. Just turn it down on the volume. So yes, here we are. So I am going to do my best while I actually perhaps mute that person who is on at the moment and actually doing a little bit of a disruption. But if we don't have disruptions, guys, where would we be? So we are having a world disruption right now in the fact that we are fighting against the coronavirus. And one of the biggest factors that I have decided to give this free training today is because I feel there's a lot of people out there that are really, really struggling to know what they're going to do. So either they are stuck at home or they're thinking in terms that they're going to be losing their jobs and they're not sure what they're going to do, or you're already a coach and for some reason you just haven't been able to get your business off the ground. Well, I'm the person who looks for the gaps in the system. Now, neuro-linguistic programming is the most powerful training you can possibly imagine, and it really helps you to move people forward with rapid speed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a system in just a moment on how you can revolutionize your life and the life of others in under 39 minutes. Now, firstly, NLP communication is very specific in keeping out of other people's dirt, staying clear of what they're actually feeling. So it's really important that when you are speaking to your client, you are asking them, and I'm just going to bring my board back here, you are asking them the what. You can't see that, can you? So I'll just bring it over here. The what questions, okay? So the what questions. Now, the what questions, which are so important. If you remember that whenever a person has got a problem, you're always looking at asking them what. What does that mean to you? What kind of problem is that? You're not asking them, why are you feeling that way? Because if you ask them the question, why, what's going to happen is you are going to go down a rabbit hole with them. What you've got to remember, whether you are a coach, a leader, a trainer, or a person who really wants to have the power of influence, is that people are coming to you for one reason and one reason only, unless, of course, they're your friends, family, loved ones, or for anything outside of this specific modality. They're coming to you because they want a solution. Okay, so the power of the solution is exactly what I'm going to be showing you. And this system that I'm going to take you through will actually give you the fast track of 4 of the most powerful modalities that you can actually learn in under around 2 hours of training, and you can do it once you've actually got my scripts, the swipe file, the audios, and you've also had an opportunity with a case study, which I present all of this. What you're going to do is you're going to learn how to ask them the right questions and what questions that this is going to be based on, and you're going to be helping your person. It doesn't matter whether it's about body transformation and you've got an epic product. It doesn't matter whether it's relationships and they have deep wounds. It doesn't matter whether they are stuck in a financial disaster and they really, really need to change their energy and they need to completely reprogram themselves so that they can come into money, or whether it is to have epic success, confidence, courage, and well-being. Whatever your specialty is, high performance, whether it is training people to be artists, whether it's helping people to come to terms with their sexuality, notice that what I am suggesting is that you become a specialist. So you may be a financial advisor, you may have your own business where you've got teams. This is still going to be one of the most powerful modalities you can learn. So you're all about the solution, and the only reason they're going to pay you is because they've got a problem. Now, what if I told you it is better not to care about the problem? You do not want to be concerned about what it is, whether they are having an affair with their neighbour's next door, neighbour's brother, uncle, or, you know, the story is not important. Because wherever a person is, whether they're battling because they don't know how to move forward in their performance, their career, or they're locked into fear and uncertainty, what you've got to think of is that you must stay impartial from their problem, stay out of their dirt, stay out of their mud, ask the what questions, and I have scripts and swipe files on all the what questions that you can ask, and you can use my scripts. Now, the problem, as I said, it can be relationship, it can be money, it can be poverty, it can be depression. And because this system that I'm going to give you will actually give you the ability to use this system no matter what, that is the proof of the pudding that you don't need to get involved in their fluff or their story. So now you understand 2 things, that there is the what questions when they've got a problem. I've got a relationship disaster. I am in fear about money. I am really depressed at the moment, or whatever that problem is. What does that mean to you? What is the problem? What kind of emotion does that feel? This is just to give you a little bit of a clue. Now, what you are is you are the bridge builder. You are helping people to get from here to here. So you are building bridges. And those of you who are already trained in neuro-linguistic programming, you know that sometimes the gap, it's like people medicate because they're depressed, they can't function properly, they're locked into fear. So what they do is they go and get medicated, and what that medication does is it actually drops the dopamine, the serotonins, and it actually helps them get from A to B. It doesn't mean that they actually find a solution, though. Medication does not give the person a solution. You can be the solution. So the medication will simply help them function so they can get up in the morning and do those things. So I want you to remember, you are the bridge. Okay, so now let's turn to the next part. This is part 3. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Now, part 3 is the part where you need to help them find their why. And their why is the kind of why that is so massive, it's so big, it'll make them cry. In fact, what you're going to find is the why question is only adequate when you are getting an answer from your client that they truly want. Terry, I truly want to have rich relationships and feel the love with my partner. Or Terry, I want to feel a sense of certainty in today's climate that I'm going to actually make it. I'm going to have some hope because every day I'm waking up with anxiety. Now, when they start talking about the anxiety and the uncertainty, you need to turn them around with the what question again. What would you prefer? I would prefer to feel like I am powerful. I would prefer to feel certain. I would prefer to feel lit up. I would prefer to feel great. Okay, why do you want that? So remember, the why is when they are telling you what they want. So this is, you can say, you know, you may be a coach already. You may be a business person. You may be a person that's thinking, well, I would really like to help people and I would like to perhaps embark on something online. You can state, I want to have a rewarding, rich, and inspirational career where I'm going to have freedom. See, this is the part where you're going to turn the negative around and you're going to turn your biggest pain into your greatest fame. So here is the why. When you ask them why do you want to have such a rich, rewarding career and impact so many people and have this freedom to stay at home and whatever they're saying, or why do you want to become an online coach? You know, what you're going to find is if someone's not already online and they're in the position that they're in where they need to look at other avenues, or they've got this red hot product, but they don't have enough leverage to sell it. And let me tell you, when you have this system, your leverage will multiply because the power of your influence and the power of what you are about to do for another person is going to be so astounding, especially as you begin to get this system down packed that, you know, other people are going to hear about it. You're going to be able to package this up. You're going to be able to share that product. You're going to be able to do exactly what you want to do. And all you need to do is ask them the why question until you hit their biggest pain. And I promise you, you will find it. Now, in the recent ones, this pain, and I won't mention any names, but it was actually illustrated on my group and I removed it because the training is high-end training. And for confidentiality purposes, I removed it. But when we went down, this lady is a coach. She's a very competent coach. and she helps people to overcome addiction and drugs and, you know, alcohol. And, you know, she's doing a wonderful job. And I knew she had a heart of gold. I knew she had something, you know, that there was some real powerful stuff. But we needed to get to the bottom of her why. Now, I noticed as we were going down, because she's so personally developed and she's empowered and she's done a lot of work on herself, it was really hard to find the pain. But around about 7 levels deep, when we kept on going down and finding the why, bam, we hit it. And that was that she had lost her brother to suicide when she was a 16-year-old girl. Now, this is usually what happens. I find that it could be that someone wants to become a king or a queen or a government or an empress or a leader of divine, amazing, you know, elements. And yet, when you get underneath their why, the bigger the why, the how will take care of itself. So this is the part where we go to step 4. So in step 4, and I'm going to run out of board here. In step 4, what's going to happen is you found the root cause of the pain. Now, this is where my scripts and my training and everything comes into play. And when I was on the Gold Coast and I was doing this with another very competent, lovely hypnotherapist, and I took her through this, what we discovered is she had a real trauma in her very, very young life. This is childhood, and this usually is the case. The moment you hit the trauma, what we do is we then move into what I call rapidly releasing the trauma. Now, this is also known sorry guys, this is also known as, in NLP, for those of you who are already trained, it is known as a fast phobia cure. Now, I teach this in granular detail. So I give you the scripts for all of this, but what we do is we move through the whole system at the speed of light. So what happens here is that we've now done the why. The why is building the empire, rich career, that where they feel inspired and feel so great, okay? So it doesn't matter, you know, whatever they're feeling and they're really, really, really feeling, what happens is this, okay? We then move through from this why, and we find their trauma, and then we release it. Now, how long does it take to release it? I'm going to tell you something. The releasing of this trauma is actually the fastest part of it that can be done in like 2 minutes. 2 minutes to release a trauma. Now, what happens is we have also taken them on a timeline. And so let's just say this is their future, and their future is created in the inspiring, and they're rich, they're rewarding, and their fabulous life, right? So here's their fabulous life over here in their future. Now, this is where they are here in the present. And we just found their trauma. Now, what the trauma is usually it happens where you cannot actually move forward the way you can when you're free before really releasing this. This is going to really hold up the works. So what it means is this, you guys. This is going to cause what we call a pattern. And the patterns are, if something happened here, what's going to happen is that fear, that trauma, whether it's around relationships, whether it's around low self-worth, whether it's around feelings of anxiety, is going to attract through your life constant patterns with new people, different people. So what we do is, by doing this fast phobia cure, listen to this. Not only are we doing timeline and a fast phobia cure in like 5 minutes. I'm going to say 5 minutes. I know I said 2 minutes, but I'm going to say 5 because now we used a timeline. And what happens here is we've gone back to the original issue and we have literally blown it out of the water. Now, because we blow that out of the water, and then we take the person and we, in this releasing, we imagine that there is a space and a time where it is perfect, love and light. And in this love and light, it's before your ancestral lineage. It is before all of the issues that were handed to you. This is where you're changing blueprint. You are doing all of this. And basically I'm giving this, and this has taken me under 39 minutes every single time I have done it. So we're taking them back to love and light. And the love and light is before all time. So imagine connecting in with the love and the light. So that's all you are. You get grounded in that place. So now you have the love and the light before the trauma. And on the other side here, you have this rich, inspiring, rewarding future. So what you're doing now is you are erasing this. Okay, now coaches who are already NLP trained, you will get this. If you are not trained, this is what I'm going to give you in scripts, audios, trainings. You will have that yourself so you can be revolutionized before you begin revolutionizing others. You will be certified. You will be able to utilize this for business. You'll be able to utilize this for body transformation. You'll be able to utilize this for performance. You'll be able to utilize this for absolutely anything and everything. So what now I'm going to get you to understand now is that we have now released that person. Now what happens is we come back here to the present where their why is. Now, all of a sudden, they've just let go of so much. They've released so much. They are in power. They are in control. They are in a position where they're ready to embark on their future. And they've got a free flow where they're now getting to their solution. So that free flow is where you're taking them from here to here. Now, when we're future pacing, like I want to ask you the question for holding space for this length of time. I want to ask you the question, what would it be like for you to actually be able to free flow into your divine calling on your life? What would that be like? Now, as you consider this and as you consider what that, would do for you, what would it mean for you financially? What would it give you? What would you have? How would you feel when you wake up in the morning? And then, of course, see, I teach all this. This is all in my scripts. This is all in my trainings. What is the one massive aligned action you needed to take to get to it? Now, 9 times out of 10, it's usually something that you need to do to make a big change in your life. And quite often when people are seeing me, or if you are going to train in this program to see you, that one step is all it took for them to break through. This is absolutely revolutionizing. This is, where the trauma, the fear is completely released from the nervous system. And as a result, they feel free to move forward. There's no more triggers. There's no more holding back. They understand they had a negative situation, but they're not caught up and bound into it. Okay, so what would it mean for you to understand this system? What would it be like if you could actually have this system and you could actually be certified? Could you take this into your business where you have a product? Could you actually give this as a gift online? Could you actually help people if you're a sports teacher or you're a musician? Could you help people to reach their why and release what's holding them back? If you are helping people in relationships, could this be the very essence of what frees them? Imagine how powerful this will be. Okay, guys, now what I'm going to do is, yes, I am now going to give you the opportunity to work with me. I'm going to actually invite you. Now, what I want to say is you have to 100% feel aligned. You need to be able to hear what I'm saying and go, you know what, Terry, I think I like you enough that I would want you to actually impart your wisdom, your training, the 14 years of experience you've had, and fast track through the results so that you don't have to take 14 years to get where I am. And that is epically, successfully changing people's lives. So now I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to give you an invitation to join me. And as I share my screen, you will be able to see on the screen that I specialize in rapidly trauma, stress release, speed coaching, and the master key in business. Now, the elite crown is what I call it because I call this the elite coaching program. It doesn't get much better than this. It is your most traumatic pain, the key that unlocks your greatest fame. I will help you brand your brilliance and become an elite coach. You see, there's already coaches out there, but they can't quite get what they need to do. They've perhaps had the training and it's transformed their life, but then they don't know where to start. Perhaps they've even had some of the logical technology that's helped them to set up their business, but then they don't know what the secret is in calling in and connecting in and designing a program where you're not going to be dealing with lots of people. I'm not going to lie to you about that. You're not going to attract everybody either, but you are going to have a very rich, juicy program. And the people that do actually want to work with you are going to be your dream clients. So this is what I call, I will show you how to turn your mess into your message and step into your superhuman power. If you have been lying awake at night, fearing the unknown, it's time to take control of your life now. Now, I understand you can hear me and you can even see me in that little box. And by having this little, screen with the purple background and the writing, it just allows this to be easier for you to take in so you can understand and make an informed decision. So God only knows that it's when your life seems to hit the wall. I know this as a coach, you guys, that it is your best time to rebirth and awaken your true purpose. And especially now, you may feel like you're ready to go into a almost like isolation, which is what they're actually, you know, promoting, and that's what I'm promoting. And yet the fear of the unknown is, what am I going to do now? Well, this is where I am going to take you through. Stop suffocating your success and letting fear contaminate your life, because fear is contagious. It's time to get with the program. Okay, so now as we move through, so, you know, let's get out of Struggleville, you guys. Let's just, move from Struggleville town. Stop polluting your mind with uncertainty and self-doubt and all of the unknowns. And let's give you the master key to unlock the door to your treasure. Now, life is a choice. Do not let circumstance take that out of your hands. You know, when you think you haven't got any choice, you are lacking imagination. Star Trek, that's where that actually came from. In fact, this is the part where you can say, no deal. No deal. I am not doing this anymore. I'm not going to sit in my, struggle town, in this place where I've tried everything. I don't know what to do. I'm sick of overgiving and feeling underappreciated, and say, no deal, it's your time. It's your time to rise. To hell with this crap. Claim your control back now. Now, here's the good news, that there's never, you guys, been a greater opportunity, unless, of course, you would prefer to be sucked into the hype of world and media and lock yourself up and wilt. There has never been a greater opportunity for you. And if you're watching this, if you like my service and you like my work, I can assure you the reason that you are attracted to me is because you're possibly a high achiever. You possibly are a person who really loves to help people, but you've also probably been let down by people because you're too nice. And this is where all of the years that you've taken a beating has made you resilient. I know you're resilient, especially if you are watching and you're still watching, because you've already had so much pain and disappointment in your life, didn't you? And you've even felt like you've been trampled by others. So you know self-worth and the inferior complex of your past that you suffered has caused you to overgive, to compensate, to be a high achiever, and to, feel underappreciated. Again, how do I know this? Because you are here, and that can only mean two things. One, you're either bored shizzless, and that could be a possibility, or two, you are truly one of my own breed. So you can tell yourself this, that what is happening now is a disaster, or you can reframe it. Woohoo! Reframe, you guys. Reframe so you can state that this is your time to revolutionize, to groom, to rise. And now, as I keep going, I'll get through this as fast as I can. And if you're feeling that this is going to be helpful for you and you like my system, then you need to listen to this. The master key is what will unlock your vibrant life of your dream relationships, your successful career, your incredible health and vitality, where you will become lit up because you're living your God-given purpose. Now, what is the master key? The master key is a system that I'm going to give you. It's not just this system, it's a system of a whole load of trainings. So instead of you feeling confused and overwhelmed about what can I do, where can I go, I am going to hold your hand through this process, because I know that this is something that is a big hole in our system. We do not have coaches out there teaching people the system, the branding, and how to launch and what to launch when it comes to launching. Now, as you hear my words, If this is speaking into your inner soul, when you complete this program, you will realize that you've been sitting on a freaking gold mine. And a lot of my clients go, when I say, have you got any questions? Quite often they don't. They just say, I don't know why I didn't do this earlier, Terry. I do not know why. And so they've been living underneath this squashed stagnation of self-doubt and fear for so long. So it's time to stop. Stop poisoning your mind with old stories, with media hype. And even though we do have a very real crisis going on right now in the world, I want you to know that one of the greatest things you can do for yourself and your loved ones is to be strong, to have faith, and to know who you are. So let's burn those old stories and rise out of that fog. And, let's move into the light of courage, confidence, and power. And I know as you hear these words, you're going to feel inspired, where you will make a stand for your life, where you can claim your ultimate health, wealth, success, and freedom now. Woohoo! Now here comes one of my favorite stars. Yes, I am a maverick. Wonder Woman is a maverick. Are you a maverick? A maverick means that you do tend to be a black sheep. You do tend to be a person that has felt on the outer. But this is where we create you, we reinvent you, and you can know, no deal to the last life. Let's become the superhero that you know that you are. Time to activate your power. In this program, your traumatic pain, like I mentioned before about the why, when it starts off being great, having rich relationships and great career, feeling good, lit up, and then we find out underneath the pain. So this is where your greatest pain will become your fame. Your fame will be the massive leap you take from being stuck in the old life to being totally transformed. Now, you may not want to become famous in the sense of a famous movie star, book author, or whatever. If you're like me, maybe you may. However, this is where you're going to be known, recognized. Fame to me is where you stand out. You're the maverick. You're not just the crew and the team. And I do give respect for people that do run with the teams and the crews, because we need everyone in this life. I'm talking to the mavericks. So what are we going to do through my program? I'm going to help you to cut soul ties of deep traumatic wounds, but I'm going to also teach you how to do that for others. This is going to be where cutting those soul ties is going to dissolve the relationships that you've been attracting for so long. I'm going to also help you to release yourself from trapped resentment of overgiving and some of the things that you never did, and those times when you felt over like giving and undervalued. I'm going to help you to release this. Now, everything I'm going to do for you, you are going to be able to do for others, because you're going to become also, you're going to have the benefit of knowing how to do this for the rest of your life. Whether you become a coach, whether you are a coach, whether you are looking to develop a absolute juicy system where people are going to want to come into your service. Maybe not as many, but let me promise you, what you do get, you're going to be working. The way that I operate this is that you'd rather be working with a few really high quality people that truly appreciate you, where you are actually receiving exactly what you would do is if you were working from 9 to 5, you would multiply and smash that out, even if you were on big money from 9 to 5. Dissolve the chronic worry and self-doubt. Yes, we teach all this. So you're going to get that and all that stuff that is draining your love tank. So all of this that's paralyzing you from moving forward, you're going to be released, and you're going to know how to impart that to another person. So once you clear the resentment and once you start feeling like you are enough, you're going to start stepping into your power. You're going to have this knowledge, this understanding. You're going to be able to transmute the years where you felt misunderstood because you're a creator, a dreamer, a nonconformist, a black sheep, a maverick, and acknowledge that you truly are an artist. And that is where I'm going to awaken your leadership. Become the phoenix that's going to rise from the ashes. Do not wilt at this time, you guys. You need this knowledge. You need the master key. I'm also a teacher of the 16 laws of success, which is Napoleon Hill's work, and had massive success in leading people into great lives through that. So did you know that many of the greatest leaders, influencers, coaches conquered their own traumas, fears, and battles and rose and became a light of the world through their most grimmest pain? Because this is where you become the authority. You are the authority of change. Stand your ground. Be the change. Be the light. Be the maverick. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you to come to know more about how you can get on in this program. So the way this program works for people who want to have epic success as leaders, coaches, and influencers, this is how it works. Your story becomes your glory. And I'm going to work with you one-on-one. And we're going to carve out your story. We're going to create your copy. We're going to create your epic, an absolutely 100% unique, individual, tailor-made program in what you can offer to the world. And even if you're not interested in that program, we are going to give you that epic ability to revolutionize your life and have the key for life. So what does this program do? I can tell you what it does, because this is what it has done in the past. It saves lives. Yes, I have dealt with people in the pit of despair where they've not even wanted to be here anymore. And I've helped them rise from the darkest places. How much would you put on that? It breaks years of sabotaging habits and patterns and takes people from zero to hero with courage, confidence, and a new sense of self-power. How much would you put on that? It breaks patterns of soul-destroying relationships and allows you to gain self-worth, stand your ground, and connect with people who truly respect you. It also creates a ripple effect of positive change. How much would you put on that? It also recodes DNA and belief change to erase generations of dysfunction and dis-ease. So now what happens then? How much would you put on that? So the rapid releasing of the trauma, you may become a specialist just on this one system that I'm going to train you in. And you may become so good at it. It doesn't mean to say there's going to be 100 different other people running around with the same system. We're going to create it to be yours for your specific brand. This is the part where I'm going to brand your brilliance. This is the part where I'm going to launch you, just like I'm talking to you now. And if you even watch, you're going to watch as I start to launch coaches so that you're not on your own. It's like you're being given trainer wheels and then you learn to fly. And this can happen very, very fast. I'm also looking for people who can work alongside me. So if we are really aligned and you are really epically good at what you're doing and I can train you to be that way, you can even have that opportunity to launch and stay on board with me in your specialized field until you are ready to fly. I always say that no matter what opportunity I ever give a person, and I know that there is nobody else that I know of that's offering this, that I always want to see, even if a person's working with me closely and I'm working with them closely to help you to launch your business so it actually does rise up, I still want to make sure that there's going to come a day very soon, sooner or later, where you're going to want to do that. So the next part is that I'm going to invite you to jump on a discovery call. So I want you to jump on a discovery call with me, which I am going to drop a link and even ask you to contact me. Now, I want you to remember one thing. This is about full alignment. If you feel aligned with this program, if there is one section you feel aligned at and you don't want anything else, my flexibility is that I'm showing you the whole parcel. I'm showing you everything. You can take one component out of this because that is what I do. So I'm going to thank you for your time, and I'm going to invite you to jump on a discovery call with me only if you feel that there is something that I've said that really resonates deeply within you, that you've heard something or you've seen something that I've done here, or even what I do when you're looking at me on social media and you're going, you know what, I think this is what I need to do. If you are feeling that, I urge you to step forward. It could mean the difference between where you are now and actually revolutionizing your life in the rapid speed that is really what you deserve. So I want to thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. And remember, you guys, to jump on a discovery call. That's if you feel really, really resonating with this program. And the sooner you do it, the sooner we can change, transform, and revolutionize your life. So that's all I got. Much love to you. And remember, results count.